next topic. So today we have decided to start the stack. So can somebody tell me quickly what a stack? Do anybody know what a stack means? Data structure is LIFO. Shay is saying LIFO, last in, first out, or first in, last out is the same. In short, okay, Shay. Uh, do anybody else want to say anything? Let me draw something. Well, okay, I'm assuming that let's start with the stack. So we can say that yes, Shrey has said it right, that it's a last in first out. What does it means? It means that the data, let's say I'm having a linear data structure, uh, the same like this array. Let me try something like this. Let's say I'm having something, having a linear data structure. So what last in first out means? Last in first out means, suppose I have means let's say I have added something to our stack, and let's say I'm added 1, 2, 3 to our stack, and I want to delete something from our stack. So what will do? The data that has added at the last means at the last will be removed at the first. So last in first out, what it means? Last in first out. So we, in a simple words, we can say that stack is a data structure in that the addition, or we can say the deletion and addition and deletion takes at only one, means at only one, what we say, at only one end, not the both end. So let's say again, suppose I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and I want to delete 4. So directly I cannot delete 4. Before deleting 4, I have to remove 5. First I have to remove 5, then I have to remove 4. Okay, then I can remove 3, then I can remove 2, then I can remove 1. So the data that has added at the last will be removed first, and the data that has added first will be removed last. Okay, I hope you got the concept of why means stack. Do anybody is having any doubt regarding the stack, the concept of stack, what a stack means? Stack is just a linear data structure. In stack, we can say that addition and deletion takes place at only one end of the data structure, or we say that it's the top of our stack. Let's say the stack is something like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 3 is there. So we can say that 3 is at the top of our stack. And if we want to add something, we can add at the top of the stack. Or if we want to delete something, we can delete this node only. If there is 3 at the top of the stack, we can delete 3 only, not the 2 directly. After 3, we can delete 2. Okay. So there are lots of advantages are there of stack data structure. Do anybody have any idea what are the advantages of using stack data structure? If anybody is having any idea, please do share on the group chat. Means advantage of stack data structure. Let's say let's see let's say I'm drawing something. 1, 2. I've drawn this. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm pressing Control Z. Let's say Control Z. So this one, the last I've drawn is removed first. After that, this will remove. After that, this. After this. After then this. What does it means? It means that on this board, a stack data structure is being activated. Means, let's say I'm drawing this, drawing this, drawing this. What it means? This is being stored. This is being stored in the stack. After that, this diagram is being stored in the stack. After this diagram is being in the stored in the stack. Okay. After that, if I want to delete something from the top of our stack. So right now this diagram is currently on the top of our stack, although I have drawn this circle. So this will be now on the top of our stack. Let's say I'm printing Control Z, so this will be removed. After this, after then this, after then this. So undo function works on. We can say that it is also advantage of stack data structure. Okay. So is anybody having any doubt regarding stack, the concept of stack? Please reply yes or no so that I can move further. Okay, Sparsh is saying no doubt. Okay, so let's write some code for our stack. So C++ provides us a STL, a standard template library. So here comes the STL. Even can be used to check the pairing of brackets. Yes, does closing or opening brackets matches. Yes, there are lots of means advantages are with us means of of stack data structure. Yes, sure, you're right. You can check the means if the parentheses are balanced or not. Let's say I'm using stack. STL provides us a stack. The stack will be of type int in the starting. Let's say I'm calling it I'm giving it a name S. Let's say S st. St means stack. So what I'm trying to add, let's say I'm trying to push something. Let's say I've been push 10, 20. In C++, STL is there, or in Java, I think the stack class is there, or in Python, the stack. I think there is something means you can the predefined stack is there in the Python also. So the concept will be same. Will be in the C++ will be using STL. In the Java, you can use means the given class predefined class of the stack and queues. Okay, let's say I'm adding 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, let's say I'm trying to print what is the push function. What does push function do? Push function just add the data at the top of our. Can we implement it without using library? Aryan, you're saying without using library. Oh, Aryan, yes, we can do that. Even we have did that. Means, let's say I want to implement stack. I want to create a stack using linked list or array. So what we have did, we have already did means if let's say I want to add something. Let's say let me use my board again. So Aryan is asking, can we do it without using library? Aryan, I think we have already did that. Let's say we want to implement a stack using an array. Okay. So what we have did means if I want to add something, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say I have to add these data into our link into our okay into our stack. So let's say I want to add 1. After that, I want to add 2. I want to add 3, and I want to add 4. So what I'm doing in our array, I'm just adding the data at the last of our means at the last in our array. So already we have means we have covered this function into our insertion of our array. We can means Aryan is saying can we implement it with but array has fixed memory size or we would be using dynamic array. Yes, means Aryan you can use dynamic array as well. So in that in the C++ you need to means use vector. Vector is also in the vector also comes into STL. So if you want to create means stack using vector, you can create that. I don't think that there is any means there will be any advantage of creating the stack using vector. So if you want, you can create. There is no problem. But if you are using vector, you can directly use the stack. I think you just have to be clear about the concept of the stacks. So I think we need to more concerned. We should be more concerned about the concept of the stack and what are the advantages of the stacks. Okay, so this we have already covered. Means if we want to add something at the last, let's say I want to pop something from our stack. So what we'll be doing, we'll be removing something from the last of our array. If we are implementing using it here in an array, let's say I want to implement stack using the linked list. So we have already covered that. So let's say I'll be creating two functions. Let's say I want to add 1 2 3. I have 1 2 3 and I want to add 4. So if I want to add 4 at the top of our linked list, we just need to add. We have already covered that function add at the front of our linked list. So let's say I'm adding at the front of our linked list, and it will be being added. If I want to pop something from our stack, I want to pop something. So what we need to do? We just need to remove this node. So we have already covered this function that remove something from the top of our linked list, means from the starting of our linked list. So that's why I have covered the basic means insertion and deletion operations of linked list and linked list and array in previous sessions only, so that it will not okay, so that it could not make any confusion or any sort of issues for you. Okay, so let's quickly come to our HTL again. Just give me 1 minute. Although if the in some platforms you will not get the option, means you will not get the choice to use HTL. So in that cases you have to means implement your own stack. So you can do that. I think so. You can do that using linked list as well. You can do that using arrays as well. Okay. Why this is not okay? So if you get some questions like this, we'll try to do that as well. So do not worry that much about it. Okay. So let's say stack again. Let me add. Let's say I'm adding 30. Okay. What does push functions do? Push functions just add the data at the top of our stack. Okay. Let's say I'm trying to print what is the element that is present at the top of our stack. So let's say I'm writing s.top. Top function. What does top function do? Top function just returns the value of the value that is being present at the top. So it is saying that can you please implement it with array traditional way. Saichand, you are asking me to implement it using array. Okay, we can do that. We have already did that. Means Saichand, I think already means we have called that insertion at the front of our array, insertion at the means deletion at the front of our array, insertion at the last of our array, insertion at the means deletion at the last of our array. I think we have already did that. Means the videos are being present in our YouTube channel. If you are facing any problem in insertion and deletion in an array, please do watch that video. If you are still facing any doubt, please ask me the questions. Means what are the problems that you're facing? So there is nothing means no problem if you want me to implement that stack using array. So we can do that. We have to just create an array and we have to just add the data at the last of our array, and we have to remove something from the last of our array. So I think we'll be repeating the concepts again. Means what we have covered means in an array, in the concept of array. Saichand, the video is present on our YouTube channel. Please do watch that video. And if you still face any issue means regarding the insertion or deletion at the end in an array, I think that will be stack only. So if you still face any doubt regarding that, please do ask in the group. Okay, we'll try to resolve that. Okay, so let's come to the topic of stack only. So what here I'm doing, the top function prints the value at the top of our stack. Okay, the 10 will be added, after that the 20 will be added at the front at the top, and the 30 will be added at the top. So what the top function is doing, top function is just printing the value at the top. Okay, let's say I want to completely print my stack. So for printing our stack, we just need to do what we need to do. While s is not empty, cout s dot top, just keep on printing the top of our stack and keep on copying the data from it. Okay, let's say, so 30, 20 and 10 is being present. 10 is being printed. Let's say I'm trying to print the data of top again. Let's see what happens. So it is saying a segmentation fault. Why? Because after this loop will be broken, so there will not be anything in our stack. So if I'm trying to print the top of our stack, there should be something in our stack. Okay, so for this we'll not be doing it like something like this. If at some point we want to print our data in our stack, let's say I'll design a print function for it, and I'll pass my stack here. So let's say void print, I want to print, let's say stack. So stack will be passed through it. So it will be a pass by value, not a pass by reference. So if in this case, if I want to print my stack, I'll be printing the stack something like this, s dot top. Okay, Smith is asking something. Okay, what Smith is asking? Okay. Sir, does stack store data continuously? So if we are talking about the STL, I'm not sure. We can't say that stack store the data. Okay, stack pop first. Okay, because I have not read its means. I'm not sure about it, means whether stack store the data continuously or not. But I'll check and I'll let you know if I found something. Okay, but you can print addresses. Yes, we can print the addresses. So we can print the address of any variable, means in any case, means it does not means it should be continuous only. I'm not sure about the HTL, the internal part of the HTL, but I'll check and I'll let you know about it. Okay, whether it stores the data continuously or not. Okay, so what our print function is doing? Print function is just printing the data of our stack. Okay, let's say after calling this print function, again I want to print the data at the top. What is the data being present at the top? So 30 is being present. 30 will be being printed. So what we'll be doing for printing something, printing the data for stack. So I'll be using the our print function something like this, because in this case a copy of stack will be means created here, or means because it will be a pass by value. So in this case, if we delete something from here, the changes will not be means present in the main function. Okay, let's say uh, let's say I want to let's say I've given with a string yes, let's say string s is hello. Okay, let's say I want to reverse the string or using stack. So what I'll be doing, let's say I want to reverse this function, and a reverse function will return some string. Let's say I want to store into a. Okay, let's call it a reverse. Let's pass our s to it. Let's see out our a. Okay, so this function will be returning a string. So its return type will be string reverse. It will take a parameter string. Let's call it s only. So is will be called here means suppose hello will be passed through it, so it should return the reverse of hello. So for that I'll be using stack. So how stack will means help us to reverse something. Let's say stack is there. Let's say I'll create a stack. So hello is being present with us. So HELLO is there with us. So what it will do, it will just push h into it. After that it will push e, it will push l. After that it will push l. After this it will push o. So when we try to pop from our stack, so o will be pushed first, then l, then e, then h. So we'll be getting our reverse using stack. I hope the concept is clear. Why I am using stack for reversing a string. Okay, let's try to do it. Let's try to code it. Okay, let's say I'm creating a stack. A stack will be type of character because I want to push a character into our stack. Means a string will be a character of array. Means okay. Let's say I'm naming this stack is st. Okay. Let's say I'm iterating a loop through I is equal to 0, I is less than st dot okay s dot size. I'll be iterating through a loop of our string size. Okay, I plus plus. Let's say in our stack I'm pushing this data s of I. Okay, after that this loop will be end means the data will be pushed into our stack. So again I will iterate through a loop. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot size. I plus plus. Now this time what I'll be doing at s of I, I'll be doing st of top. I'll be removing a character means character by characters, and I'll be popping from my stack. Okay, so in our s, in our reverse means in our string s, the reverse will be stored. Let's say I'm trying to return s. Okay, let's return our s. Okay, the reverse of hello is being passed through it. Let's say I'm trying something else. Hello, hold it down. Let's check it first. Okay, so reverse of hello coded down is being printed. So in this function, do anybody is having any doubt? Means how I'm reversing this using a stack. Okay, I'm assuming that everything is clear with you all. Okay, let's say after adding this means after adding the data into our stack, I'm trying to print our stack. Let's say I'm printing my stack here. Stack of Shrey is saying can we create a stack of stacks using STL, or for it we have to go with a traditional way? Shrey, I think you can create the stack of stacks using STL. Hmm. You can create. Okay, I'll be. You want me to do it for you? Uh, if you want, I can give a try. So Shay is saying that can we create the stack of stacks using STL? So print could not ST. Where is our ST? Why did? Acha, because I have taken here indies. Let's make a character. Let's make. Okay. So let's make it hello only, so that it should not make any. So if I'm passing my hello string to it, so what it is doing, it is just adding this hello to it. So in this, if our stack, if we're trying to print something, means if I'm trying to print our stack, so at the top of our stack, O will be there. After that L, after that L, after that E, and H will be there. Okay. I hope the reverse is clear with everyone. So Shrey was asking, can we create stack of stacks? Shrey, can you reply? Means do I have to do it now, or you're just asking? Let's say what Shrey is saying. Let's check. Would be if possible. Okay. Let's say I'm trying to create a stack of stack. Okay. Let's say a stack of stack will be. Let's name it. Let's name it X. Okay. So what Shrey is saying that can we create a stack of stacks? Let's say I'm creating the stack of uh, stacks. I have to, okay. So what a for stack of stack will do? Let's say first, if I want to push something to our stack, means in this X is the stack of stacks. If I want to put something, means push something in our stack, it should be a stack only. Let's say I'm creating a stack again, a stack D dot push, D dot push 10, D dot push 20, D dot push 30. Okay. So let's say into our X dot push, I want to push my stack into it. Should be, it should not make any error, I think so. Let's try. Okay, we're not getting an error. Means it means that we have done it right. Let's say I want to, I want to iterate. Means I want to check. Means let's say let's add one or two more stack to it. Let's add intc as well. C dot push 30. Okay. C dot push 40. Okay. Let's say I want to print my, I want to print my X. Means I have to add push first. X push C. Okay. Let's say I want to print my, means I want to come iterate through our stack. Means I want to print the data for stack. Let's say while X is not empty, what you do, you top means store in the stack. The stack will be there. Means in the stack, more stack will be there. Let's say int. Uh, I'm storing it into Z. Let's say X dot top. Okay. So again, it will be a stack. Okay. So again, I'll be using while loop into this until Z is not empty. Until Z is not empty, what you do? See out. Okay. See out Z dot top. Okay. Z dot top. See out directly. Can you check that if it is possible to directly X dot A dot push? X dot A dot push. No, Shreya, I don't think that would be possible. Means because if you want to push something to our stack, it is the stack of stacks. So you have to push a stack there, not you can't push that you can't push a value directly. I don't think it is possible. Let's just try this first. X dot push, a dot push. Okay, we'll be checking that. Don't worry. Let's just create this function. Create this first so that we can print our stack. So x dot top. Sorry, it will be z dot top. Z dot top. Z dot pop. Okay, because okay, and it will be a x dot pop. Hope you are getting why I'm writing it something like this. X dot pop, and it should be printing the space as well as before coming to this it should print a new line. Okay, let's try. So what it is doing, in the first case, this tag will be added 10 20 30. So I'm adding this tag into our stack. Because it's a stack of stack, so I'm adding x dot push d. What it means, the d that is a stack itself, it is being added to a stack. Okay, so after that I'm creating again a stack. So again that stack is being added at the into a stack of stacks. So if I'm trying to say that, let's say I'm trying to print our stack. So this stack, the stack C will be popped first. So I'm saying that that stack will be at the top of our stack. So 30 and 40. So what it is saying, 40 and 30, and after that means this stack is being printed here. And after that, what it is saying that pop that stack. The 40 and 30 will be popped. This stack will be popped. And after that, it again will come. We are checking the stack at the top of our stack, and we are printing that stack, and we are popping that stack again. So what Shay was saying, that instead of creating a stack and pushing that stack into our stack of stacks, we can directly push that into our stack or not. Let's give a try. I don't think that will work, Shay. Let's say our x is there, x dot push, and I want to add something. So where will I where will I do? Means here we cannot add means anything. Means we have to write the stack only, because this is x is the type of x is the stack of stacks. So we have to give the stack here. Anything else will not work here, I think so. So what you are saying, a dot push, because a is not, let's say I'm trying to c dot push, trying to add something, c dot push. Let's say I'm adding 50. Let's see whether this works or not. So it is saying that it is an invalid. Say this will not work. I told you, means because it will just take an the stack as an argument, not any value. Okay, Ashray, I think it is clear. Okay, Shreya, you're most welcome. So far, means I think now you're somewhat clear with the concept of stack. Let's do it. Let's do some more problem of stack so that it could be more clear to you. Okay, I'm sharing a problem with you all. Okay, let's say a user is entering some data. Let's say 1 2 3 7 8 5 6, and some data, he's entering some data, something like this. Okay, so what he's saying, that store this data into our stack. So it will be stored into our stack. Okay, it will be something like this. 1 will be added, 2 will be added, 3 will be added, 7 8 5 and 6. So at the top of our stack, 6 will be there. And what else he's saying, he's saying that at any point, let's say he's added 1 2 3 7, and he's saying that after adding after adding any element, means I can ask you the which one is the minimum element into our stack. So what he's saying, that keep the track of the minimum element as well in our stack. Let's say at this point that 1 is minimum, at this point 1 is minimum, at this point 2 is minimum, 1 is minimum, at this point is 1 is minimum, means he can ask us at any time that which one is the minimum element. As well as he's saying that if I want to delete something, let's say after adding 8, let's say 5 and 6 is not there, after saying, means if I want to delete 8, so if we deleted 8, he should be getting that yes, still 1 is the minimum element, 1 is the minimum element. In this case 1 will always be a minimum element. Let's say 8 is there at the top of our stack, so right now 8 is our minimum element. Let's say 7 is there, now 7 is our minimum element. Let's say 10 is there, 10 is being added, so at this point also that 7 is our minimum element. Again, if I'm adding 6 here, so at this point our 6 is our minimum element. Again, if it's saying that pop this element, so at the top of our stack 10 is there, now 7 is our minimum element, not the 6. Okay, so and he's saying that do it for us, means in the means time complexity of big of 1. Okay, not big of n or more than that. He's asking us to do all these operations. Is you have to design a add operation, means that adds the data at the top of our stack. You have to design a remove function, a remove that removes the data from our top of our stack. Let's say that pops the data from our top of our stack, and he's saying at any point he can say that get minimum. Let's say he's asking get minimum. He should be getting that minimum element from our top, from our stack. Okay, so we have to design 3 functions: add, remove, and get minimum, and all these should work at in time complexity of big of 1. As the question is clear with everyone, what I'm saying? Can somebody confirm it? Means is that clear, or do anybody is having any doubt? She is saying it is clear. Okay. She is saying clear. Okay. Sparse clear. Okay. So let's first discuss the concept of this. Let's say for this, I'll be using a stack because he's asking us to add some data at the stack into our stack, and as well as I'll be using a auxiliary. Let's say I'm saying is auxiliary stack because he has not asked us to means do it in big of 1. We'll be doing that in big of 1 space complexity as well in the coming session, or if we get time we'll do it 2 days itself. So we'll do that in big of 1 space complexity as well. But for this question, let's say we are allowed to use an auxiliary space. Let's say I'm using a stack again. Let's say this is our main stack, I'm calling it M, and this is our auxiliary stack that I'm calling it A. Okay, let's say data I have to add 8, 7, 6, 5, 9, 11, 12, 13. Let's say the data are something like this. So if he's asking us to add 8, so I'll be adding 8 into our main stack, and because the stack is empty, so I'll be adding 8 into our auxiliary space as well. So auxiliary stack, what it will do, it will just tell us that means what is the top of this auxiliary space. This will be the minimum element, this will be the minimum value into our main stack. Okay, let's say he's asking us to add 7 now. So before adding 7, I'll check means the data that is being present at the top of our stack, whether it is greater than that value or smaller than that value, or is it is equal to. If the data that has to be added, it is smaller than this, so it should be added into our auxiliary space as well, and it should be added into our main stack as well. Okay, let's say after this, he's asked us to add 10 here. Okay, again, I'll check it from the top of our auxiliary stack whether 7 is greater than 10 or smaller than 10. 7 is smaller than 10. So it will be 7 here, it will be 10 here. Let's say after that, he's asking us to add 6. So I'll be adding 6 here, and because 6 is smaller than 7, so I'll be adding 6 here as well. So let's say at this point he has asked us to uh, which one is the minimum element into our stack. So the value at the top of our auxiliary stack will be the minimum value into our main stack as well. Okay, let's say after adding 5, I'm adding 5 here, I'm adding 5 as well here. Okay, so at this time if he asks us to means which one is the minimum element, the top value at the auxiliary stack will be our minimum element. Okay, let's say he wants us to delete from the top of our stack. Let's say he asks us to delete 5, so I'll be deleting 5 from here, 5 from here as well. And let's say he has asked us to delete 6, I'm deleting 6 from here, 6 from here as well. Let's say after deleting 2 elements, he's asking us which one is the minimum element again. So at the top of this stack, the 10 will be there, but at the top of our auxiliary stack, the 7 will be there. So right now, from the data that is being presented to our main stack, the 7 will be the minimum from them. Okay, I hope you all get the concept of means why I'm using main stack and why I'm using auxiliary stack. Okay, although we can avoid the use of auxiliary space as well, means auxiliary stack, we can do it into big of one space complexity as well. We'll doing it into the coming session. Okay, let's quickly write the code for it. I hope the algorithm is clear with you all. Means what I'm doing, why I'm using two stacks here. Can somebody confirm it? Means is that clear? Okay. So Sparsin is saying that it is clear. That's good. Let's move to our code again. Let's say, okay, I'll use this again. Okay. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay. Let's say that, okay. I'll be using two stacks. Stack. Let's say first one, both will be type of end. Let's say the first one will be called main stack. Let's say M. The second will be stack, auxiliary stack, that will be A itself. Okay. Okay. Let's design our add function to it. Let's see. Uh, let's call it add, and let's pass our main stack and as well as auxiliary space to it, and the data that has to be added at the top of our stack. Okay. Let's quickly write the function for it. I'll be using. Let's say it will not return anything. Let's say stack again, it will be of int type, it will be m, it will be stack of int type, it will be m, it will be a stack of int type, and it will be a itself. Okay, if what I'm writing here, if our m stack is empty, means m is empty, means the both stack will be empty. If the first is empty, the second will be empty itself. Empty, if it is empty, empty function will return true. So what it should do, if there is nothing in our stack, so it should simply write s dot push, sorry, it should be m dot push, and it should be s dot push, sorry, a dot push. Okay, it should be just push the data top of our at the top of our stack. Okay, and if the data, if means I have to write the data here as well, int data, because I have passed the data from it. I have to push the data here, and I have to push the data. And if it is not being present, if the list means if the stack is not empty, what it means that there should be something in our stack. Let's say I'm checking what is the top of our stack. what is the top of our stack at the in the auxiliary stack. Okay, a dot top. Okay, I should be checking whether the data means the data that has present at the top of our auxiliary stack, whether it is greater than means our data, or it is smaller than our data. Let's say it is greater than data, means the stack means the value that has present at the top of our auxiliary stack. Let's say in auxiliary stack 10 20 is being present, and I have to add 10 to our stack. So this will be our minimum value. So again it should be m dot push data and a dot push data. Okay, let's say else what it should do, uh, after adding it should be returning, it should return here, because if the means stack is empty, it should be add the data should be added at this position, and it should return, means it should return here itself. Okay, if the data means that has present at the top of our auxiliary stack, if it is less than, means if it is less than the data, means the data that has to be added, means if it is less, so what we need to do means we just have to push the data at the top of our main stack, and in our auxiliary stack we just have to push the that minimum value z again. Okay, is that clear? Let's say I'm printing out what is the top of our stack. Let's say, sorry, what is the top of our main stack. Okay, it is saying a segmentation fault. Can somebody tell me why this segmentation fault is coming? It is giving me a segmentation fault. Yeah, is there anybody who is having any idea why we are getting this segmentation fault? I'm waiting for your replies, guys. Means either reply yes, no, that you have any idea, you don't have any idea, means why we are getting this segmentation fault. Okay, leave it. So here I am passed my stack here. So a local stack will be created, and it is, as it is not returning anything, the type is void, the return type is void. So if we call this function or we don't call this function, this does not mean anything. Means if the stack is empty, and if I want to print something from the top of our stack, this will cause a segmentation fault. So either I have to return my stack from there, or I have to pass it by reference. So let's say I'm passing it by reference, not a value. So the changes that changes we do into our add function, that will be present in our main functions as well. So 10 is being added, means at the main function, at the main, let's say, let's check whether what is the top of our auxiliary space. Let's see. So at the top of our auxiliary space, auxiliary stack, the 10 is being present. Okay, let's design a print function quickly for it. It should print our main stack as well as auxiliary stack as well. Okay, let's say void print stack of int type, that is main stack, and stack of int type, that is of auxiliary space. Okay, let's say cout main stack while m is not empty, cout m dot top should keep on printing the top, and it should copying the data from it. Okay, after that it should print that auxiliary stack. Let's say copying this data again. Instead of m, I'll be writing a here. Okay, let's say I'm calling my print function here. Okay, cout stack. What the error we are getting? Error no function. Okay, I've written some syntax error. Let's see. In our main stack, the 10 is there. In our auxiliary stack, the 10 is all 10 is there. Okay. Let's say I want to add MA 20. Let's say I'm adding 20 here. So into our main stack, the 20 and 10 will be there. Okay, I have to write spaces as well as here. So into our main stack, the 20 and 10 is there, but into our auxiliary stack, the 10 and 10 is there, because at the top of our stack, the minimum value of our complete stack will be there. Let's say I want to add 50 here. So, so 50 will be added at the top of our stack, but in our auxiliary stack, the 10 will be there. Let's say instead of 50, I want to add 5. So at this condition, the main stack will be 5, 20, and 10, but the auxiliary stack at this condition means the 5 is our minimum value. Let's say I'm trying to remove something. Let's design our remove function quickly as well. Let's say I'm writing ma here, void remove. Again, I'll be using a pass by reference because I'm not returning anything. At int as well as a. If m is empty, if m will be empty, the a will be by default empty. Let's say it should print that cout the stack is empty. It should return as it is a void function. It will not return anything, but the function will end here. Okay. Else, if stack is not empty, it's what it should do. It should just m dot pop. It should do m dot pop, and it should do s dot pop. Okay, a dot pop. Okay. Let's see. I'm calling my pop here. If I'm calling my remove here, so what it is doing? It is removing 5 from the main stack as well, 5 from the auxiliary stack as well. Okay. Let's say I'm writing a get minimum function again. Get minimum function. What it will do? Get minimum. What it should do? It should just, and I should be I should be passing my auxiliary space from here. Okay. Let's say int get min. What it should return? It should just return the, let's say our stack will be passed from here. So it's auxiliary space or auxiliary stack will be passed from here. So it should just return the top value of our return, means the top value of our auxiliary space. It should check whether if it is empty, means if the stack is empty, a is empty, if A is empty, what it should return? It should return a -1, because if there is nothing in our stack, the minimum value will be -1. Let's say we'll be saying that the minimum is -1. Again, let's see out A. Let's say I'm printing my minimum value. So A is get minimum and A conflicting. Okay, declaration of A. So I'll be using Z here. It's a Z because we are using auxiliary stack at the name of it. So the 10 is our minimum value. Let's say I'm adding 10, 25, and I'm removing our data from our top of our linked list. Let's say again I want to add something MA, and I want to add 1. So at this time, what should be our minimum value? The minimum value should be 1 itself. Okay. So at every point we are getting the, let's say instead of calling remove function here, so 10, 25, and 1 will be added, and if we calling remove function, the 1 will be removed, and it should be the get minimum should return the 5 as the minimum value, and all the functions are working in the big of 1 time complexity. Okay, 5 is being returned. So I hope now you are clear with the concepts. Means the all the three functions that we have made here: get, minimum, add, remove. Is that clear? Can somebody reply on the group chat? Clear, not clear, or do I need to repeat it again? Ashish is saying clear. Okay, all clear. Smith is saying all yes. Aryan clear. Okay. So in today's case, so we have used a auxiliary stack here. Okay. To keep the track of our minimum element into our stack. So I'm giving you a task. Try to do it without using this auxiliary stack. Means try to avoid this stack, means the use of this auxiliary stack, and try to do it in the big of 1 time complexity, big of 1 space complexity as well, because here the time complexity is big of 1. Okay, but the space complexity is big of n. Okay, so try to do it using without the means without using this auxiliary stack. Okay, if you are able to solve it, that's good, or we'll discuss it into the next session. Okay, and I'll be sharing. I hope someone from our team will share some questions for you to from the topic stack. So try to solve that questions as well. Okay, is everything fine? Should I end the session, today's session? Okay, we'll be sharing some questions regarding the stack. So try to solve that questions, or we'll discuss in the that questions in the coming session. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm ending this session. Try to solve the maximum number of questions on the stack, and if you still face any doubt regarding the stack, so try to ask that questions in the group, or you can directly put your queries to me as well. And Venkatesh was asking about means to implement the stack using array. So the videos are still present, means at our YouTube channel. Try to watch that video. If you still face any kind of issue regarding that, so we'll try to do that as well. Okay. Okay, everyone.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Shay, you want to say something?
Do you have that code of stacks or you have erased it?
Uh,
The stack of
this
stacks?
this code you're asking about C and C++. Just wait me.
Yes.
I have to share my screen first. Just give me one.
Yes.
You want to see this code? Okay, this code. You're asking about this. In
Yes.
this one is for C and this one is for C++. Yes, Shay. You want me to send you this code? Do you want this code?
Mm, no, that one, the stack of stacks, or you erased it.
No, stack of stack is there. It is being given to you.
Yes. Just a second. I want to see.
Okay.
Yeah, the line number.
43 we have used here, means it is giving us error.
What was our main stack?
uh,
X is
main,
wrong.
main stack or X is main stack, and we have added
Yeah.
C and D to
So
it.
yeah. So I was having a doubt in line number 48. What
48.
we are doing?
Yes.
Yeah, we are doing this X dot top. So
What X
the
top?
all the
Yes.
elements,
All the
yeah, all
elements.
the elements of X will be a stack.
Yes.
So we have declared Z as an integer stack. So is it? I didn't understand how it is possible. It run
Because
successfully.
no, because we have means our stack is the stack of int type, means we've already declared it here, means this stack X is the what X is the stack of stack int, means the stack of stack int. We have already
Mhm.
given it here. So what X is having, X is the stack of stack. The internal stack will be type of int. So I'm using that D is the type of int type of stack here, and C is also the int type of stack here. So this complete stack will be pushed to our X stack, the stack of stacks. So if we try to means pop something from, or we try to see something at the top of our stack, so it will be a stack of int type, not any other type of stack. So
Okay.
okay, because we have used the stack of stack here, means we have used the type of int stack here now. So we have to
Yeah.
means store that into an int stack, not in any. We cannot do that in any condition. Means we cannot do in any other way that.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, Shreyas, that fine.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, okay. I'm ending today's session. Okay, everyone. Thank you for attending.